So yeah, it's 1:27 p.m. We got a date scheduled tonight, 6:30 p.m. Dave and Buster's, which for the record was a killer suggestion on her end. Now, I guess my plan is to like talk about it a little bit, but then come on here later and let y'all know how it goes. So if you're watching now, that's pretty cool. Hang in there and you're gonna get some feedback on how it went, I guess. Am I excited? Yeah, I'm a little excited. Gotta be honest. I have not played the field, as they call it, in, I don't know, years now. I have an 8-year-old daughter and have primarily focused on being a good and present dad to her these last several years, as I also emotionally heal from my previous relationship, if you know what I'm saying. But anyways, I guess to give you the backstory, not that I have to or anything, but just in case you wanted it, I'm gonna give it to you. We matched on Bumble several months ago, and I was immediately drawn to this person because, as it turned out, we went to the same church, which was pretty cool. And not the exact same one. She goes to like a different campus of the church. I go to like one of these mega churches, even though I wouldn't really call it that. Anyways, same church, different campus. That's cool. You know, similar values, beliefs. That's always something you want to look for in your potential partner. Would actually highly recommend it. If you don't, it's just kind of setting yourself up for failure. Anyways, disconnected, or nothing ever came from that match on Bumble until the other day when, out of nowhere, she found me on Instagram and sent me a message. And yeah, I mean, the rest is pretty much history. But a couple of thoughts. One, I'm really glad that she was bold enough to, you know, go out of her way to find me. You know, that's admirable. And because I guess you could say a lot of, and I was just talking to my mom and my sister about this the other night because they're women, and I was, I guess, trying to get their opinion. Not that my mom is on the dating apps or anything. She's a married woman of 35 years to my dad, but I guess more of my sister, because it seems like from my experience with these dating apps that girls or women treat it more like a game as opposed to like a serious way to meet and connect with other people. Because like I told them, I've matched and, you know, connected, matched, whatever, with several people, but they never respond. They never make any effort to make plans or, you know, try to get to know me or anything like that. And so it's kind of like this digital validation for women sometimes, which I'm not even sure how that would fully work. I'm not a woman. So regardless, respect her for doing that. Excited for Dave & Buster's is such a great first date idea. You know what I mean? I mean, they got a bar, they've got some food, they've got the games, grab a drink, play some games. It sounds pretty good. So that's fun. And yeah, that's pretty much the story. All right. Well, anyways, I'm feeling good. Got some things to do and come back, let y'all know how it goes. I will see y'all on the other side. All right. What's good? Quick update on things. Several hours later, got a little trim on the haircut and also made a reservation at Dave & Buster's, which I feel like was pretty clutch. Also, I did not leave the light on like that. I just got home and it looks like the power must have gone out. Gosh, so I'm gonna turn that, there we go, back to the way it was. But anyways, I literally have 20 minutes until I need to leave. Just picked up, you already know, a little Old Spice. And about to shower, get dressed, and I will see y'all in a couple hours. Wish me luck. All right, man, what is going on? It's the next day. We went out on the date, man. I would say overall, it went pretty well. It really did. Went in, grabbed some food, played some games at Dave & Buster's, had a good time. And I will say though, I mean, that's the high level thoughts, right? But if you were to ask me some of my personal thoughts, I kind of went into the whole situation kind of excited to get myself a little beverage, you know what I mean, if you will, you know, a little margarita, something, you know. And of course, I let her order first, and she ordered a water. And I looked at her and I said, "Are you gonna get anything to drink?" And she kind of, I guess, said no, which is cool. It's not like a big deal or anything, but that was one thing. And so I got a Coke. Ate, talked, like I said, played some games. She got the food combo that like came with the game card, and so that kind of worked out. And then ended up getting another card later on. I ended up paying for all of the food, and then she paid for the additional game card that we got later, which I think was like $10. And meal was $40 for some like baseline entrees. So yeah, actually it wasn't like as expensive as I thought it was gonna be. But we also didn't play a ton of games. You know what I mean? We were trying to find like games that we could play together, which there was limited numbers of. And yeah, I mean, it was an okay like environment to get to know somebody. I would say that the overarching theme, like while we were eating and kind of chatting, is she did like most of the talking. It was one of these things where she was kind of talking a lot. It was kind of cute to me just because she kind of seemed like she was nervous, but at the same time I left actually kind of not feeling dissatisfied, like in a negative way, like I didn't like her, but like we didn't actually get to know each other as well as I would have hoped, you know what I mean? But anyways, honestly, so I guess the follow-up, this is kind of interesting. So that was my first date in like over 5 years, even like 7 years, like official date, going out, like having dinner, and was very reassured actually to find out afterwards, because we ended up exchanging numbers after the date actually, because we were chatting on Instagram, and she was like, that's the first dinner date that I've been on also in like 5+ years. And she called it a date before me, which was cool because she was viewing it more than just like a hangout. So anyways, overall went good. I mean, yeah, who knows? It could go anywhere. But she invited me to like her game night, I think, coming up. And ultimately just, I think neither one of us are trying to rush into anything. And so just going to take it from there. Yeah, I already know what my next vlog is going to be about because I just got something in the mail. I'm actually not happy to be talking about it, but it's something that I think needs to be talked about. And so anyways, I love you guys. Thank you so much for your support. Like, comment, and share. Y'all are going to find out actually in the next video how much I need y'all's support. And honestly, like I try to avoid like negativity in my personal situation, but you guys, I am in like the thick of it right now. I am in just a season of trials and tribulations and ups and downs, but overall have been in a valley. But I know who the King is, and he has been keeping my spirit alive, and I find joy even in, you know, the most not fortunate circumstances. So anyways, we'll talk to you guys probably about that more in that video. See you in the next one. Have a great day.